Well, someone who has spoken very passionately about the importance of keeping sports facilities, especially swimming pools, open is double Olympic champion Rebecca Adlington.
And earlier she spoke to Dan Walker. He began by asking her how pool closures will affect children who are learning to swim.
We know already that around 160 pools have closed since COVID, just over the past couple of years. We know that they are foreseeing that 2,000 will close over the next 10 years, which is just huge. And if you think our learn to swim statistics are even already not great, so 1 in 4 kids can't actually swim. And that's only going to get worse and worse with more and more pools closing because they can't have lessons, schools can't take them. And it isn't just for kids as well. Swimming pools are communities. They're a lifeline for many people. They're sociable places. They're for mental health. They're for physical health. And actually, we're cutting off everything.
You've touched on some of the issues there because I wanted to broaden it out a little bit because, swimming is one particular life skill, but there's so much other stuff associated with that as well, isn't it? For not just the physical, but the mental side of things.
Massively. I think what happens in this country is everybody sees swimming as this elite sport, this Olympic sport. And of course it is. It's a fantastic elite sport. We love watching the Olympics. Woo. But it's fundamentally that life skill. And then it's fundamentally the community, because swimming is actually the highest participated sport in the UK. And that is because whether you are 3 or 83 people are going to the pool, it's for absolutely everybody. And like you've just said, it's not just that physical health. It is great physical health, but I go for my mental health. And I know so many people across the country do that as well. And it was devastating through COVID to have those shut down. And now to have pools permanently closing or closing down for the winter is just not okay.
Do you feel that the system has cheated you a little bit, or maybe those promises haven't been fulfilled on? We knew you had your amazing games in Beijing and then London in 2012, all those promises of, legacy for not just swimming, but so many other sports. And here we are 10 years on and we're campaigning to keep pools open.
I know. And the thing is, I know it's not just swimming. I know that this is across the board. Nobody could have foreseen a global pandemic. And now with this energy crisis, there are things that are out of people's hands. This is bigger than the leisure centres just don't know what to do. These swimming pools are just in a state where we go, they're going to have to turn the temperature down. Like it's one of those that then people can't come and use the facility because it's too cold. It's a vicious cycle, and I know it's out of a lot of people's hands, and that's, I think, the real frustration here, that they need that support. And I'm glad that my company can bridge the gap in some ways, that we're building swim centres, and that is amazing. But at the same time, it can't possibly affect millions and millions of people that it does across the UK.
You talked there a little bit about your own company, which is building swimming pools and supporting others. But what about sort of government play in this? Is there money available? Are you campaigning? Are others knocking on doors to try and make sure this becomes a priority?
And I think that's what's really lacking at the minute, is just that clarity on what the support is, what is there. I think a lot of people are just kind of doing things themselves, but actually that foreseeable future is unknown at this stage. I think we all want to see it go back to normal state, but we just don't know what that end result is, because it's all unknown as to what's going to happen in the new year.
Essentially, I suppose, you sitting there as a 2-time Olympic champion, one of your concerns must be the next Becky Adlington or the next Adam Peaty. If those facilities aren't there, they won't come through.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's always in my mind, just because I love the sport. I'm such a fan of the sport. And I mean, what we do here at Swim is fundamentally teach children how to swim. We're not an Olympic program, so that is kind of left to the swimming clubs. And that is a kind of up and down the country. But with the impact of COVID, that real worry that is there going to be, what is the state of the Olympians kind of in the future if there isn't any facilities?
Becky, as always, it's been lovely to talk to you, and thank you for showing a bit of your passion tonight on 5 News.
Thank you.